Will Bitcoin break 40,000? That is what everybody wants to know. In today's video, I'm going to show you some possible scenarios and how you can prepare for either way and still make profit. If you're new here, my name is Tyrell and I show you how to make money online. And if you're a regular follower, you might be wondering, where have I been for the past 2 days? Well, I actually won the ADCC. I got gold in my weight class and I got silver in the absolute, which is like any weight class, and that's in jiu-jitsu. So if you guys that know about ADC, hopefully you know about how big that challenge is. And yeah, man, I told you guys, join the bear market, work hard. It's easy to say all that stuff, but to actually go out there and do it is a different thing. So I'm very proud of this. And yeah, that's why I was away for a few days. But you guys just want to know how to make money, right? So let's get right into it. Now, let's start off with the weekly time frame on Bitcoin. As you can see, there's quite a lot going on. In terms of just market structure, it's crazy how, because of the halvings, just how like pitch perfect Bitcoin plays. Like if you actually look at it with a non-bias, like I'm not worried about if it goes down or up, and you just look at it like just a pattern, it's crazy. Like it literally just looks like this was flipped upside down and then we flipped it like back up again. But if you look in terms of like TA, then we actually we're securing key levels here. Originally I was hoping for something like this. We come up, we struggle to break, maybe even we range over the top, boom, and then come back down to this range is $30,000, and that's what everybody wants to see. But it seems like Bitcoin doesn't want to do that. What it looks to me is that we could see a rise as high as $48,000. Now that might seem crazy, but as a structure, if you're just looking in terms of market structure, that doesn't seem out of this world. And it does also still open up a pullback of 40%, which is a little bit more than what we'd usually get. I mean, even if you look at, let's say we come down here and we touch here 34%, and that isn't outlandish for Bitcoin. I mean, we've seen pullbacks like that before. For instance, this one here, which was about, 30% on the dot, or this pullback here, which was a little bit different, but again, was over 40%, was about 49%, or even these pullbacks as we've seen during the 2020 period, where we've seen pullbacks of about 20% over here. So it's not outlandish to say that Bitcoin could do something like this. And if we're looking at the weekly, from a weekly perspective, we're in the green on the money flow. Even though the VWAP's coming down, it's okay. And if we're looking at the Ichimoku on the weekly, we still have a little bit more to go in on this. If you guys have been watching, shout out to all you guys that have been watching the longest, you would have seen on this channel I was talking about the weekly Ichimoku, and you've got the edge to edge trade, and it's literally just, it's done what it said on the tin, right? We went edge to edge. So even if we don't hit 48, I mean, there is resistance at 42,000, which is a little bit more realistic, and there's still a possibility as well. Now, then, if we come down to the daily time frames, the daily time frames are pretty much saying the same thing, okay? But there is a few things that we need to be prepared for, okay? And that is the matter that we could at any point come down 9% or 15% for Bitcoin on the daily time frame, and we'd still be bullish, which does mean that there is plenty of opportunities to get into altcoins. I've seen so many comments from you guys asking, okay, Tyro, thank you for calling these coins, which are doing a 3 or 4, or sometimes even Nakamoto games, a 20x, but how do I get in now? And what about Myriad nodes? Well, Myriad nodes, before people were saying, oh, I'm not interested, and now they're saying, oh, is there anything cheaper? So if you're looking for opportunities to get in where you're actually serious about taking action, I recommend you stay tuned, because I'm also going to show you some altcoins which I'm looking to get on this dip as well. Because if you think of it like this, right, we're prepared for both scenarios. We're prepared for, if Bitcoin rises, we still have our altcoin bags, we still have the Nakamoto games, we still have the Myriad games. Obviously we went into Astra, Me token as well, and other gaming tokens too, like Dreams Quest. We're in all of those, which you can find if you do want to see me whenever I buy a token, you want to stay up to date, check out the Telegram link down below in the description. You'll be able to join that. We're in all of those bags, so we're okay if it goes up. But if we go down, there were some coins which I'm very, very interested in, and one of those is Quant. Now Quant, I've actually placed a long on Quant, and it stands to make me about 24 grand. I put about 9.5k in quant with I think it was 5x leverage, and I'm looking to at least for it to go to $118, and then if we do surpass that, maybe we come up to about 135 or a little bit more. And the reason for that again is this anchor trigger wave on Market Cypher, but it's also with the Ichimoku. As you can see, we've crossed green here even though it was thin, and we've confirmed for the Kumo breakout. The Kijun, okay, is about to pass above over here. This white line basically is about to pass above. Hopefully I got that name right, but it's about to pass through the price, which is also bullish. So we've got bullish bias and confirmation everywhere. We've got an anchor trigger which hasn't happened to us for a while. Like even this anchor trigger here, even though it was inside of the red money flow, that's still printed a 17% move. And bar that, the last anchor trigger we've seen on the money flow crossover on the daily, which is pretty much exactly what we're seeing right here. The anchor trigger is just boom, boom. Some people call it the uneven butt cheeks. Okay, you can see it again happening right now. We've got 1, 2, and the money flow crossover. And the last time this happened, this brought in a 50% move. So if we're looking at that with the exact same, and we're looking at some of the Fibonacci, especially the long-term 618, we're going, okay, we cross green. We also have the Ichimoku Kumo breakout where we've retested the cloud multiple times. Okay, boom. I'm thinking at least we pull up to start off with 119, which I'll probably take 10% off the table. And then if we do pass that, I'll hold all the way for a 50% move. And that might seem crazy, you guys saying, okay, you're putting on a 50% a trade here to make 50%. But guys, I'm not too sure if you guys remember when I was talking about Elrond. So many times Elrond was even on the crypto list. I released Elrond on the crypto list about here in August, right? We then dropped, and everybody's like, oh yeah, these coins ain't gonna work, blah blah blah, and now we're up 111%. Okay, and that's again, money flow crossing over, retest in the cloud, but this one was a little bit more aggressive. Okay, you see the move here for, if we're talking about just from an absolute confirmation of the trade, still again 50%. Okay, so when you're looking at coins where you can trade a little bit of leverage and you can catch these dips, this is one that I'm really looking for a leverage trade. Now in terms of lower market cap altcoins, some of the coins I'm looking at are Banana Gun. Okay, Banana Gun allows you to snipe tokens. So if you're somebody that's a meme guy, meme tokens, imagine being able to snipe these memes at launch, and that's what Banana Gun allows you to do. Now looking at Banana Gun again, we've seen every single time we hit a new peak, we come down a bit. Okay, so if you're looking to get entries into Banana Gun, I'll be recommending getting in about $12, or I'll probably add. I think I even set up like a notification around like $9 as well. These are quite volatile, and if BTC pulls back 10%, this thing's going to do a 30% dip. So make sure that you're ready. And it wouldn't be the first time that it's done. A 30% dip. You can see here, 30%. This one, 27%. This dip, 32%. So this one again, if we do another 30% dip, that's $13. On a big pullback, you can see this thing pull back, easily to $8 or $9. That's just because bots are trading this, and there's tons of Jeets that trade these types of tokens, and as soon as the market goes down, they panic and they sell, and then they buy back higher, and then they sell. That's just how it is. But if you just plan out and you just set notifications on TradingView, like literally you can check out TradingView, click that, click set an alert, set about it, forget about it, and then just come back to it when it pings. Okay, same thing for Exceed Me. Like, since I've been mentioning Exceed Me, you guys in the Telegram channel would have seen I mentioned that. You can see this thing likes to go, right? And since I called it on this money flow crossover, right, we have been running non-stop up almost 100% on the Exceed Me call since we put it out there. And I don't think this is going to stop. I think Exceed Me continues to go. We've already broken out of this accumulation range, or whatever you want to call it. And I do think we just continue to rally. If we look at CoinMarketCap, the all-time high for Exceed Me is a lot higher than this. This is just what's on Gate.io, but I do think Exceed Me again continues to go. Next one, Castor. You guys are saying, okay, Taro, give me coins, right? I gave you Castor a long time ago, and since then we continue to pump. Now, Castor is one of those tokens where it's a high risk, high reward play. Okay, it's not something which I'll put, the house on, and I'll be like, kids, we're going to be rich. you know, this guy on YouTube has told me about this coin, and I'm going to put all my money on it, and it's going to make me rich because I've taken investment advice from random people on YouTube. No. Okay, this is one of those tokens where if you look at Swissborg, if you look at Kronos, if you look at even Blockbank right now, exchange tokens are going to go very well. Why? Because you can't really buy crypto anywhere anymore, right? You can't buy it on KuCoin if you're in the UK. You can't even buy it on Swissborg, I think, if you're inside the UK. BYBIT, Binance, nowhere, right? So, you know, inside of the UK and Europe, having exchanges, once they do get access to that, or just exchanges in general, as more people get into crypto, all these tokens pump. This is as simple as that. This is what you call one of the narratives. One of the narratives are crypto exchange tokens. And right now, as you can see, again, momentum is starting to come up. We're starting to break out of these points where you've just seen sell pressure, sell pressure, sell pressure. And we're actually starting to get some kind of bullish momentum. And again, it's not something which I bet the house on, but if we do look at the potential risk reward, if this thing actually comes back, right, you're looking at 150%, you know, minimum 150%, where we're at least at, you know, a fair value. And obviously, if we do go back to all-time high, which I'm not saying is possible, but it's likely, but you can see it here, you know, 1,200%. Okay, so, and if you're thinking, okay, you know, that sounds outlandish, you know, what token has done this before? Guys, I recommend you have a look at the last cycle and look at where the money was flowing. If you didn't make a lot of money last cycle, it's likely that you was investing into the wrong things. Okay, so look at where the money was last cycle, and again, you can see it here. This, to me, looks a lot like Castor. If we look here, this to me looks like a lot like Castor. You have this the 0.110 mark from where it pumps, and you have the private sell dump, and non-stop sell pressure for years. Look, 2019, 2020, for a year and a half. Slowly, you start to see it rise and come back from the ashes. Okay, and once they start to get momentum and people start trusting the platform, non-stop buy pressure, okay, and we start to pump, you know, 100x. And I was an investor into Swissborg, not a private sale. I got into Swissborg in 2020. Okay, so I got in probably around here. You know, I'm not going to start going down here, probably around here, but still 10x. Okay, so this is something which is possible. You know, so to look at this and say, okay, 12x is outlandish. It's not. It's actually not that bad. Okay, it's not that bad at all, or you know, 12,000%. Okay, so next one, XTP, same thing. Okay, if you don't trust, if you don't want to go with Castor, look for XTP. Okay, XTP is one of those tokens. Again, it's I think they got taken off BITFLEX or whatever, or there's always issues, or there's PR problems, whatever. I don't care, right? It's an exchange token again. And if BTC pulls back, this is another token that I'm looking at. Daffy, another one, okay? Daffy's been absolutely wrecked recently, but it's on Gate.io, okay? It's accessible to people to buy. So it's something that I'll be investing into on a BTC pullback. I just put 0.5 ETH into all of these things. Another token, Myriad Games, okay? Now, Myriad Games is one of those where everybody's like, when do I get in? How do I do it? Well, all I've done, guys, is... I'm not saying that this is some magical trading thing and you can see the future, but Myriad has kind of been like abiding by this Fibonacci pattern, okay? And all I did was I put the Fibonacci from here to here and measured it out, right? Trend-based fib. And as you can see, we was below this 0.236 line, okay? We broke it, we secured it here. So I don't know. Right, but I traded this, and you guys know from Telegram, I actually put a trade in on this. I think I put it in about here, right? And then we made a 2x, and I literally put the entry that I put in, I put the entry that I got out, and you guys can cross-reference it. It was about here. I think it's about here actually, because it was 2x, so it'll probably be 4 to 8. Yeah, about there. Okay, and you know, just by using this, it allows me just to give a plan. Like if I was using this diligently, I could have even got in that here and said, you know what, you know, if we come back down and, you know, we secure this, and then we can take it from further. And this is like support, confirming resistance to support. You know, it's crazy because early tokens, you don't usually like trade them like you trade Bitcoin. It's weird. Like Bitcoin, you get the fib out, you do volumes, you look at high volume nodes, you look at point of controls, you look at that kind of market structure. But when you're looking at tokens, especially small market cap tokens with not a lot of price history, you don't tend to use these things. But it's weird because they still work, which is weird, okay? And as you can see here, we have been struggling to break this level, this 110 level, which is the one on the Fibonacci, okay? And it's also the previous all-time high. Okay, we break it a little bit, we get sell pressure. We break it a little bit, we get sell pressure. Okay, so looking at this, if BTC pulls back, where can we get more entries for Myriad Games? Because I'm still buying here. Like, I've started to take a little bit of profit to spread it in some of these other coins, but I'm also looking at buying my allocation back, right? And I'll tell you why. The reason is because if BTC gets a pullback and we see this come down to, the 382, okay, or even the 5, okay, that's a 40 to a 53% dump. And I promise you guys, Jeets will go crazy. They'll lose their head if this starts coming down, and they will start selling. People with node bags will start getting a booty twitch, and they'll just start panicking too, but not me, okay? I'll be looking at this, and just hopefully like you, and I'll be looking for entries to get in and get involved. So this Myriad Games is also one that you can add to your list, and you can say, okay, if we pull back, you can get in here at 50% discount on the token. And once this thing actually secures price discovery, guys, look, you're looking at potentially another 300%, and that's from all-time high. So let's say we get in at a 50% dip, and we're looking at moving up to here. That's a 5x. It sounds outlandish, but my main take profit for Myriad Games isn't even 5x away. It's 10x away, even from these levels. So yeah, don't think that it's outlandish. Trust me, it's not. If you guys have watched my Myriad Games videos, you guys will know about this. Next one, okay, Pmon. I put this in the chat. Everybody was talking was. Nobody wanted to listen. And again, okay, Pmon is flying. Why is that? Well, again, money flow crossover. You can see I put the line here. Okay, when I took the call, because I wanted to make sure it was okay. And as you can see here, we are already up 50%, and we're not going to slow down, right? This token here is on KuCoin, and the biggest token on KuCoin right now is Nakamoto Games, and Nakamoto Games has already pumped. So what am I thinking? Okay, if Naka's pumping, where's the money going to flow when people take profit from Naka and they still want to make money, because everybody wants to make money because they're greedy? They're going to put it into more games. So what am I looking for? More games on KuCoin, okay? That's my mindset for this. It might not work, but guess what? I made a ton of money on Nakamoto Games, so I don't know, maybe I'm onto something. Okay, now my first TP, where I'm going to take out my initial, is I'm going to take my initial out about here, 120% up. That's 0.7. If BTC pulls back, this puppy will come right back down and even break these levels, and it will come down here. So I recommend you literally set an alert. Again, like I said, with TradingView, this is why I recommend you do get TradingView Premium or something. But set an alarm here, boom. If it comes down, you're going to know about it. Okay, even if you're looking to get in at these levels, well, look at the long term and look at these scam wicks as well, guys. Like, in one day, this thing can fly up 400%. Like, goes without saying, right? 400% in a few days. And yeah, it's only going to be up for a few days, but guess what? This is on KuCoin, so you can set limit orders. You can set a limit order up around here. I probably put it through a little bit earlier, and just leave it. Just forget about it, and you never know, maybe one day it pings, okay? And if you're looking at the way the market is moving towards games right now, there is no reason why this thing cannot pump. If you go into CoinMarketCap and you look at Pmon, okay, most of the tokens are in supply. Look at circulating supply, total supply, right? Fully diluted market cap and the current market cap, okay? It's pretty good. It's not as bad as most tokens, which only have like 1% out. And as you can see, the reason for that is because we've been running now for almost 3 years. So most of private sale have got out because they were up, right? They were up. I think they got in literally at these levels. Yeah, I'm not going to go through it and check, but you can check private sale price. I'm pretty sure I did a video and it was close. I don't know whether it was 0.5 or 0.4. So it's very close to even the price that private sale investors got into, where they had to take massive risk investing into a dream. You don't have to. This thing's down 98%, and it actually has real technology, use case, a team, everything. You can check it out on the website, and you can go ahead and see that. It does work. The game works. The NFTs work. And it's it's pretty cool. They got good branding, you know. So it's not like a pipe dream where nothing works and it's imaginary. This is the real business, okay? And it's a game on KuCoin when Nakamoto's already flipped, okay, as I've already said. Next one, Dream. Similar thing, as you can see, Dream, since we've been calling it, it's been absolutely on a rally. This is one of the nightmare bags, which everybody forgot about. And it's up 6x. Now, this one where I was in a private sale and it's already recovered. It's pumping. And this is one of those ones where, again, it could do a Nakamoto games and just rally. Like all-time high for Dreams Quest is still, I don't even want to butcher this where people get onto me, but 5,000%. 5,000%. So yeah, will it go up there? I'm not too sure, but if it gets close, I'm happy with it. Already up 6x on this one as well. So again, these are the tokens I recommend you take a look at. The main thing to summarize is your gaming tokens. Tokens are easily accessible for people. New people don't want to use Uniswap. I don't care how much you care about some investment. A new guy who just came onto crypto and just wants to buy tokens on crypto.com is not going to take the risk of figuring out Uniswap. So the first coins that are going to pump are the ones on exchanges. The ones on Coinbase, the ones on KuCoin, Binance, Gate.io, BitGet, BITFLEX, whatever, right? These are the ones where main people are going to be buying them. So on a dip on Bitcoin, I recommend just trying to keep some liquidity on the side and getting in some of these tokens when Bitcoin dips, and you can get in at 50%. If you haven't already got exposure to the market, then slap yourself. I don't know what you're doing, and consider getting your feet, I think they call it that, feet wet, dipping your toe in the water, whatever the saying is, right? Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I appreciate every single one of you, and every single day I am dropping knowledge. So please make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Got a big old bag 'cause I'm young and rich.